Hey family, Eve here. So family, today the video that I'm about to create for you guys is a video. I'm going to title it Christianity because I wanted to show you guys the origin of Christianity, how it came about. And it doesn't directly it's not directly associated with Christ or Jesus, whom the name was Christ. Christianity, that's where the name came from. But before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So let's get started. So Christianity, Palestine, when Jesus was born, was known as Judea. The country received the name Palestine from the Philistine, or the Romans, who dwelt on the seacoast. It was called Judea from Judah, and is termed the Holy Land, being the country where Jesus Christ, or Jesus, was born, preached his holy doctrine, confirmed them by miracles, and laid his life down for man, especially his people. See, so it says it was called Judea from Judah. Judah is the lineage, or the lineage or the bloodline from which Christ was born. It is termed the Holy Land. It was called the Holy Land because the word holy means set apart. The lands, it says Holy Land. The lands were set apart for Judah, or the Israelites, God's chosen people. That's where the term Holy Land came from. Holy meaning set apart. Christianity started in Judea within the Roman province of Palestine in the 1st century CE, the Christian era, growing out of Second Temple. Judaism is in cities like Jerusalem and Bethlehem, with Jesus, a Jew, as its central figure. Though the modern political entities of Israel and Palestine did not exist then. Right there is saying the modern political entities, or saying the place over in the east that's now called Israel and Palestine, or the Israelis and the Palestinians, that right there, that time period, those names did not exist. The modern political entities is saying Israeli, the people, and the Palestinians, they did not exist at the time that Jesus was born. See, so that lets you know right there that these people created this whole setup. They gave themselves the name Jew or Jewish. They called themselves Palestinians, and they called themselves Israeli, but they were not at that time. And it says the geographical location. The movement began in the historical region of Palestine, also called Judea, or the Holy Land. See, at that time, God had given all those lands to Judah and Israel. Jacob, Judah's father, who became Israel. Those lands was given to them. That's why they were called the Holy Lands, because they were set apart just for Judah, or Israel, Jacob's children, his seed, which now are known as the Palestinians or the Israelis. That's who occupy those lands at this time. You remember I read earlier, it said that at that time when Jesus was born, those modern political entities, Israel and Palestine, they did not exist at that time. So the Holy Lands were given to Judah and Israel, the Israelites, Jacob's seed. And the lands were known as Judea or Judaism, because of Judah. That's why I was reading to you guys before. The name Jew came from Judah. And the Jewish gave themselves the name Jewish. And I'm going to read to you guys what Ish mean, or Jewish. The key figures, let's continue. It says the key figures: Jesus was born in Bethlehem and ministered in the region, with the first followers being Romans, or scribes, Pharisees, the Sadducees. These are the people who wrote the laws, who created their own set of laws. But we all know that Jesus is the law. The law, in terms, is Jesus. God gave us a set of laws, the children of Israel, a set of laws that he handed down to Moses when the children of Israel came out of Egypt. He gave those laws to Moses for the children of Israel to follow, to keep them from falling into the hands of these other nations, or these other people who they eventually did follow in behind. Naming, while Jesus is called Nazarene or Nazarite, a Galilean town, and was a Jew, Christianity originated in the Palestinian territory, and modern Romans or Palestinian Christians are the descendants of these first believers. See? So these people gave themselves power over this land. When Judah failed God, and God took and cast him into captivity, and he went into slavery under the Babylonians, or he went into Babylonian captivity, and again captivity here in this country. All his lands was taken over by the Israelis and the Palestinians. The Romans and the Israelis, or the Romans, took over those lands, and they took them by force. The word ish means somewhat, approximately, to some extent, not exactly, or like adding sense of vagueness, meaning it's vague, not sure, not clear. When you add, when you add the resemblance to a base word such as, when you add ish to words like nouns, they become vague, like not exactly sure. Like usually they add it to words like a language or people. Spain, Spanish, England, English, Jew, Jewish. See, these people are similar to us because they made themselves similar to us, but they're not. Let me show you what the book of Revelation says about those who claim to be Jew that are not. God talks about them in the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9, and chapter 3, verse 9. And it says, chapter 2 and 9 says, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. I know the blasphemy of them who say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Synagogue. The Israelis worship in a synagogue. Synagogue of Satan. He's saying that these people worship the devil. 3 and 9 says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and know that I have loved thee. See, so there you go. Christianity. God didn't give the children of Israel religion. Christianity is religion. God didn't give us religion. He gave us laws. And check this out. Christ, the name Christ, or the word Christ, is in oath. It says it derived from the Greek word Christos, meaning anointed one, from the Greek verb kreo, meaning to anoint. The Hebrew version of Christ, or the Hebrew meaning of Christ, means Messiah. Messiah meaning one who is anointed. So guys, I'm just trying to show you that Christianity, while we still going along with these religions, they're not what God gave us. We need to come up out of this. We need to stop wearing these crosses. Because see, they done used the cross to, they done paired the cross up with Jesus, trying to make us think that the cross is symbolic for Jesus, and it's not. God told us in the book of Genesis too, and Exodus, I think it's Exodus, Leviticus, he said, do not worship wood and stone. The cross could be made of wood and it could be made of stone, but he's telling us to not follow behind these things because we get caught up in them. We start idolizing these things rather than Jesus himself. He said in the book of Romans, I believe, or Hebrew, one of them, where he says that we will worship the created things rather than the creator. Saying we don't start getting so caught up in these things like the cross and all of that, rather than worshiping him. So family, I just want you guys to see where Christianity originated, and that it was not given to us by God. And most people who were converted into Christianity was forced through emperors or kings during the time of the Christian era, like Justinian, Charlemagne. You had Constantine. These guys right here forced the Jew to convert to Christianity through their military power. So, yeah, God knew we were going to do it. He knew that these things were going to happen. That's why he gave us laws, because he knew that they was going to force us to convert to Christianity. But if we had kept his laws, none of this wouldn't have happened. So family, I'm just trying to get you guys to come up out of this religious thing. Start following God and not all of these idolatrous thing, worshiping all of these things, all these other gods that these other nations have got. The children of Israel belong to God. That's why we were the only ones that those laws were created for. Read the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verses 6 through 8, and then Deuteronomy chapter 14 the whole chapter 14. It'll show you who belong to God. He's telling you it's only the children of Israel. Jesus, that's who Jesus came to save, the children of Israel, from these idolatrous things, worshiping these other gods. I read you guys that in the book of Matthew, chapter 15, I think it's 15, 22 through 27, where Jesus talked to the Canaanite women. He said he only came to save that which was lost, which was the house of Israel. So family, with that being said, I just wanted you guys to know Christianity is a religion, and God didn't give us religion. He gave